Good morning. We're going to be introducing our 4855 programmable automatic cutter this morning. We've had a 4815, which is a semi-automatic, and a 4850, which is an automatic electric. And now we have added this year our 4855, which is an automatic programmable 18-inch cutter. Just to go over a few features, we have an 18.7 cutting width. We have 18 inches behind the knife on the back table. Our narrow cut, which means how far the back gauge will come up, is 1.34. And then we have a 3.14 inch stack height to be able to cut large amounts of paper at one time. We do have multiple safety features on this particular machine. We have a safety cover which has upper and lower switches, so if either one were to fail, the knife and the clamp would not cycle if your safety shield is not working properly. Also on the back side we have fully enclosed back gauges, which make sure that you can't get your hand in there while the machine is operating, and it is operated with a switch that's located in the back. So if you take your back cover off with these two screws, your switch is no longer activated and your machine's going to give you an error saying that your cover is open. Some of the other safety features we have two-handed operation, so that you're not able to only be able to cut with one hand, so you do have to operate the machine with both hands. Another safety feature that we have, which is common on most cutters. We also have two switches. We have an on switch and a key. Once we turn our on switch on, you're going to see it's going to power our touchpad, but the machine is not going to operate without the actual key being turned on as well. And that's a nice safety feature. So at the end of the day, if you want to take the key out, the machine can't be operated without it. You can also lock out, tag out your main switch here as well with your little safety feature there. So you have two options for that, but it's nice to have the key. And it comes with two keys, and you could order more if you lost those as well. So on our touchpad, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the key on as well, but on the touchpad, you're gonna notice when it starts up every day, it's gonna give you the option, which is nice, that you can go from centimeters to inches, and you get your choice of 4 different languages depending on where the cutter is located. So that comes in handy as well. So we can turn our lights up and down, our light beam, or cut beam up and down, and we can also turn off the sound up and down for our touchpad depending on what your conditions are and what you prefer. So as always, we're gonna hit start. Our back gauge is gonna go to home, all the way to the back to find its reference point. Make sure we're getting good accuracy. And now we're able to actually cut. Functions that we have on the touchpad, and we'll just start at the top. So you have manual, and that's just gonna be if you're just doing general cutting and I wanna type in 15 inches and hit start, it's gonna allow me to do that. We also have our edit mode, and when we go to edit mode, that's gonna allow us to do 2 things. One, it's gonna allow us to program the automatic cutter, or to let us choose a job that's already programmed. So if we picked one, it's got one that's already programmed, and once we have it there, we would hit run. And now once we have run, we can we picked number 1, and we're gonna hit start, and it actually would run that program for us. So now all we have to do is turn the paper in the right orientation and press our cut bars, and each step will cut in sequence as we make our cuts. So that's nice. So once we get past using our preset jobs that we've stored in memory, and of course we have 99 programs with 99 steps that we can store. If we want to use our calculator mode, so say we're in manual and we put in 15 inches is where we want to start at with our cuts. And say we're working off a sheet with measurements, and we know we want to make a 2-inch cut, and then or we have to do something like 3.755 and we just don't want to do the math. Then of course now we let the computer do it for us, and it's going to move it to the right location. So moving down the screen, what we see is we have some quick buttons, and that's under memory 1. So just some common things if we're cutting 8.5-inch paper down to half size, you get 4 1/4, 11-inch, 5.5, 14-inch paper, 7, 8.5, etc. If you go to memory 2, you get 11, 12, 14, and 17. So basic cut down sizes for cutting down parent sheets or cutting things into halves, which is nice. You also have memory 3 and memory 4 that you can save locations into as well, just like our other automatic programmable machines that we have, which again is a nice feature to have. You do have your step and repeats, so if you know that you wanted to make 2-inch cuts, then you could do your step and repeats, and it's going to make 2-inch cut, 2-inch cut, 2-inch cut as you go through the series. So you don't have to keep typing in 2 inches or subtracting the 2 inches. Other options that we have, a nice thing about the particular 48 series is that this machine does not come on the stand, which means that when it is installed, you have to actually lift the machine and put it on the stand. The benefit of that is that it can go through essentially any door that's bigger than 26 inches. You're going to be able to slide it on its side through the door. The machine itself has a very small footprint. So you're about 30 inches wide, so less than 3 foot wide, and about 42 inches deep. So 3 inches wide, less than 4 foot deep, makes it really nice to have a small footprint to be able to have it in your shop. It's about 51 inches tall, which is another nice feature. This does use standard 120 volt power. It does require a 20 amp dedicated outlet though, with a breaker, just because it does draw a good bit of power. It's a 2-horse motor to give you plenty of clamping and cutting power. German steel knives for precision, just like all of our cutters have. So you have the ability to pre-clamp with this, and it shows you position 1 and position 2, so pre-clamping and cutting. So if you want to pre-clamp, push the pedal halfway down, you can pre-clamp, make sure that your stack is where you want it, and then you press all the way down, and that finishes out your cut. So having the ability to pre-clamp on this model is a very nice feature as well. So along with our touchpad, we also have a speed dial here in the middle for adjusting the back gauge. So you're able to move your back gauge backwards or move your back gauge forward. And of course, the faster you turn your adjustment knob, the faster it's going to go. So if you just need to do rough cuts using your LED cut line that you can see here, which is going to show you approximately where your knife is coming down on the paper, being able to adjust the back gauge to do rough cuts really quick versus having to try to type in multiple times comes in very handy. So with this, we're just going to do a really quick rough trim with some booklets that we have. Make sure that we're on the back gauge back here with our booklets. We'll move it forward just a hair so we can trim off the face. Close our safety shield. We're going to come down and pre-clamp. Make sure that we're where we want to be. And we get a nice clean trim on the front of these to make our booklets nice and consistent on our face trim. So get a nice clean cut. Yep. If you have any further questions about the 4855, feel free to reach out to us here at MBM or to your local dealer, and we'll be glad to answer any questions that you have.